Sorry about this chair. It's kind of squeaky. So this video is a video that today, okay, for a lot of you that follow my Instagram, follow me on Instagram, then you know like today, well, you'll know the day because this was the day. I had a very good day today. Very good day today. It was just amazing. And I ended it by designing this jacket and making this jacket. You guys probably seen it on Instagram. But point is, I was upstairs and all of a sudden I just started thinking real deep. And as I was getting deeper into this thought, it was just so crazy. And it just hit me so hard. I was just like, I feel like I was talking to myself like I'm talking right now, honestly, but there was no camera recording. And I was just like, honestly, I felt like this was something that I should record and put out, just because I feel like this conversation, not conversation to myself, but these thoughts and these things that I can say would really help a lot of people, I think. So to get on some real deep stuff right now, right? We're about to get real. This video is going to be called "There Was a Time." There was a time. That's what this video is going to be called. That's it. There was a time. So to start it all off, a lot of people feel down in this world about so many things, and a lot of people are struggling right now, and that's just the reality. In some type of way, whether it's financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically, so many people are struggling in the world today. And a lot of people can't understand when somebody kills themselves, like suicide. And it is very hard to understand. But if you've been in those shoes before, then you kind of get it. But even hopefully you've seen the brighter side later on, though, then you know like, wow, that was crazy. Like, I can't believe I was thinking that. But you can get and understand how somebody could be in a crazy dark place that could cause that. I was looking at my life today, and I do it all the time, but I was just like, wow, it's insane. Like, this feels like an entire different life to me. Like, literally. This feels like I've died and went to heaven. Because there was a time when I didn't have anything. I'm talking about nothing. There was a time when every day was just a struggle, man. My worries were not if I could focus on school or get good grades like it should have been. It was more so, am I going home to an insanely drunken mom that's going to call me every single name in the world that you could think of? Am I going home to a home at all? Is it another eviction notice? Is there anything to eat? I'm talking about a time that there was a time. Well, first, before we move forward, I want to say thank the Lord that the Mama O that you guys know today is not the same Mama O from back then. So thank the Lord for that. But there was a time, there was a time where I lived in the projects all of the time. And it was so dirty in the most recent one. And I'm talking about this time that I'm talking in is just 2007. Not that long ago. It's a long time ago, but like I said, it feels like a whole new life right now. But it really isn't that long ago. But I'm talking about a time where I met my brothers, my best friends, some of my brothers, some of my best friends right now at this time. And they were just like, they would come, when they would come over to where I live, we would have to push a couch up against the door because people would break in that in not just my place, but like in everybody's place. Like it was the hood. People would just go around kicking at doors to bust them in to try to rob people. It's crazy, right? Like, man. But even more so than that, like, I'm talking about times, there was a time when I was in the worst hood in the city that I'm from, that I grew up in, Dayton, Ohio. It's called Parkside. It's not there no more. Those of you who like watch me on Instagram and stuff, you probably seen like I went recently and had like a, it's not there anymore, but just walking on the grounds and stuff really took me back. But like, dude, I'm talking about times where I didn't eat for a long time. It was nonstop stress. It was like, I was always, it was so crazy. I was always stressing every day, but didn't really realize it until I got out the hood a little bit. Because you don't really realize it, I guess. It's just life. It's just lifestyle. Like, it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even realize, like, that you're stressing and that this shit is crazy. And, like, you just, because you just adapt. You just adapt and you become into that. And a lot of people can't understand how people are killers out here and how people be doing crazy shit. Like, I was never a killer, but I was way different before. And there's dark times, bro. Like I've said in some of these interviews lately and in like the producer grind, I've been fortunate enough to see the good and the bad. Not necessarily even the good and the bad, I don't want to say, but just the ups, the downs, and the in-betweens. The suburbs, the hood, the projects, the in-between. And nobody's really wrong. Like, it's just crazy how the world is. You know what I mean? Like, it's people's environment. It's everything that makes a person who they are. That's why, like I'm saying, it just feels like a whole nother life. Like, sometimes none of this feels real. Like, how could I have been in that situation and been that person? Which I was still me. I was just way different, though, And came to this. And living like this. And being able to get my mind right like this. I don't know. It just feels, like I said, like another life. I'm talking about, there was a time where, the point is, there was many times, all of the times, but there was a main time where I was just like, yo, I don't have nothing, dude. I don't have nothing. And no one. I had a few friends and a so extremely drunken mom every single day. Didn't really have anything. And like I said, most days I didn't even know if I was going to eat. And there was a time where I was like suicidal, or not suicidal, like didn't try it, but I thought it. Like, literally thought it. Like, not like, I feel like, everybody's thought of it, like, not, everybody's probably hasn't thought of it. I mean, everybody's thought of it like the thing, but nobody's ever really, I'm talking like, was damn near gonna do it. Not everybody got to that point before. But I was at that point before. Because I just felt like there was nothing, and I had nothing. And then I realized that I did have some stuff. I had hope. even though it felt hopeless. Like it felt like wasn't nothing gonna happen. To be honest, felt like it was like, it's over, bro. Nothing's gonna happen. To be honest, but there was just a tiny bit somewhere that was like, man, it's a little hope here still. Oh, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I had a friend. He was somebody that he bought my first beats from me at this time. We're just talking 2007 and 6. I think that was, or was it 8? 2007 or 6. He would buy like my earliest beats that were shitty as fuck, dude. Him and a bunch of people would from the city that I'm from. A handful of people would, and that little money helped me pay my mom's DP&L and pay some bills that she would lack on because of, problems. But I had one friend that always would come over, even if he like low-key didn't even have all that extra money to be spending from his paycheck, but he knew how hard I was struggling with, over there. And he would still come through and buy $50 beat, $40 beat or something. You know what I'm saying? Just to be like, because he knows, like, dude, if I don't do it, he ain't going to eat for real. And he was older than me, but he was still the homie. He was just a very genuine, really good dude. And he ended up killing himself. For something completely different. It was over a girl, I believe. But my point here is, too, that it was like right around the same time I was thinking about that. And when that happened, I went to his funeral. And I got his, I don't know what they call these things. It's the only funeral I've ever been to. But, or no, it's not, but yeah, but these things that they give you with their picture on it and stuff. And I got it, and everything happened, went home. And I was in a space, like I said, where I was just like, dude, I'm like, I was, on the edge already. But then I remember something told me, like right as I was thinking of what I could do to myself, I remember this dude. He would always say to my mom, like, yo, my friend here, your son here, he's going to be something. I know y'all struggling right now, but this dude is special. I can see it in him. I'm trying to like be cool because it's like I don't want to have any cuts in this video or nothing. But he would always say that to my mom, and that just came to me out of nowhere. So I wrote on here. I was like, nah, what am I thinking? And I wrote on this. I don't know if you can see it, but I wrote, I wish, I hope, right here. And then I X'd it out. And I put, I can, I will. Basically telling myself all these things that I wish about, and I would sit around wishing all day. Man, I wish this would happen. I just wish I could just get all this money out of nowhere, whatever. And I hope, I hope something happens. Like I hope things fall through with this music. I hope I get a placement. I hope somebody recognizes me. And I put, I can, I will. And I crossed those out. And from that day forward, there wasn't never none of that. And there will never be none of that. Because I can make all of that happen, period. And I knew it at that moment. And I will make anything and everything that I want happen, period. And that's just what the fuck it is. Like, sorry to cuss, I don't expect, that many people to see this anyway. But, so it doesn't matter. But that's how the fuck I feel. You gotta beat that shit. And my friend here did help me do that. And there was other people, so not to say like he was the only one, but there were very few. There was more people that I thought, supported me. They really didn't. They didn't give a fuck. They hoped that I wouldn't succeed because they didn't want to see nothing like that. But there were people that truly believed in me, that would meet me even since I was little. I just remembered all of a sudden and be like, yo, you something special. You gonna be something, dude. You going somewhere. And I didn't even get into music yet. But even without that, even if there wasn't all that, like, you can and you will. That's how you should feel. Because that's real. Like, the power of the mind is 100% real. If you put yourself in that mode and then you just go in all out fucking attack mode, then nothing can stop you in this world. Because this up here is what matters more than anything. Anything. If I am living a completely different fucking life right now, like I'm telling you, it feels like I'm not even alive when I think back to how my life was. And there's many people that tell you that shit's true. Ain't making none of this shit up. If I can go from living like that and feeling like that, more importantly, let's not even talk about the evolution of material things, but from feeling like that to feeling like this, mentally, spiritually, then anybody can. Anything is possible. Anything's possible, period. Every fucking thing in this universe is possible, no matter what you can think of. I don't give a fuck if you my dream is to be I want to be the real Iron Man. I want to make a real fucking Iron Man suit. I want to put that bitch on and I want to go save the world. I'm literally not joking. If that's literally your dream, that is 100,000% possible, bro. More than that, it's possible. Literally, you can do it if you're super damn serious about that. Even if you're in the slums and you're in a dirt hole and you have nothing. And obviously, to do something like that's going to cost mind-boggling amounts of money. You think Tesla, you think Steve Jobs, you think a whole lot of other people that came from the hole. I don't actually know all of them where they came from, but there's a lot of people that came from the hole. They didn't have a head start. They didn't have this. They didn't have that. A lot of people will put it back on that. Like, oh, I can't get to this. I can't achieve that. I can't do that because I don't have this. I never had a dad. I don't know. I met my dad one time when I was 18 years old. I didn't know what he looked like before then. And I haven't seen him since. But I have, and not to put nothing again, because when I did meet him, it was cool. It was like, whatever. But I grew up. I was like, when I met him, I was, like I said, I was 18. Like, that's not an excuse. Oh, I didn't have this. I didn't have no parents. I didn't have... Man, fuck all that. Fuck all of the excuses. All of them. Literally. All of them. Because it's all up here. That's one thing that you just will realize. If you realize that, you'll realize it. It's hard. I can't explain it, man. But if you realize that, then you will realize everything. Like, we're a small planet. We're so small and I want to say insignificant, because we're not. But you know what I mean, in terms of the size of space, the universe, just the galaxy we're in, this tiny planet, and then us little tiny things on it. But we're so special at the same time. But just think about how much bigger everything is than us. That should just show you this little world. You can conquer anything you want, man. Look around you. Look around you. From history. I'm talking about not even in 2018. Look way back into Egyptian history, all history. And how there was people that just like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Because everything's possible, but it's all up here. You got to get up here going. There was a time when I didn't have up there going. Like, man, I don't even know if I want to put this video out, to be honest. Like, why I don't know why I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Because I think it would really help a lot of people, but I feel like I'm just rambling on. And a lot of people are just going to be like, yo, O's tripping. Or like, I get it, but O's tripping. But at the same time, that goes back into your mind. The type of people whose minds ain't right, the type of people who don't get it, those are the type of people who think like that and who talk like that. And there was a time when that was me. But that's not the case no more. And that doesn't have to be the case no more for you either. There can be a time where you'll look back and say that there was a time. But that's up to you. In the end of the day, once you realize that up here, and then you put your foot forward and you go as hard as you can and do whatever it is possible that you can do to achieve what it is that you want to achieve, then there can be a time where you'll look back and say there was a time. I like that. I think we get the purpose here. That's all we really need.